this video, I'd like to briefly explain what an interest rate swap is and why you would use an interest rate swap. You can think of an interest rate swap as being a portfolio consisting of a fixed rate bond and a floating rate bond. And you'll either have a long position or a short position in the fixed rate bond. If you have a long position in the fixed rate bond, then you are said to have entered into a received fixed interest rate swap. If you have a short position in the fixed rate bond, then you will have entered into a pay fixed interest rate swap. Now, why would you use an interest rate swap? Let's say a company, ABC Inc., has issued bonds that have a fixed rate of interest that they have to pay, and you believe that interest rates are going to decline in the future. So if that is the case, essentially what you would want to do is convert that fixed rate obligation into a variable rate obligation. And the way you would do that is by entering into a received fixed interest rate swap. So when you're in a received fixed interest rate swap, that means that you're going to be long the fixed rate bond, so the counterparty will be paying you a fixed rate of interest, which you will use to pay to the investors that purchase the bonds that you issue, and then you'll have a short position in a floating rate note, so you'll pay whatever the floating rate is, and if the interest rates decline like you anticipate, then the amount that you pay with respect to the floating rate bonds will decline, while the amount you receive with respect to the fixed rate will remain constant, and you can take those payments you receive from the counterparty with respect to the fixed rate bond and use those to fund the payment that you must make to the investors who purchased the bonds that you issued. So in that case, you will have converted that fixed rate obligation into a variable rate obligation. Now, if you're wrong about the direction of the interest rates and the interest rates increase instead, then your costs will increase, and that's because you will be receiving a fixed amount from the counterparty that will not change, and you'll use that amount to cover the interest that you paid to the investors that purchased the bonds, but you'll have an obligation to pay the increasing interest rate on the floating rate note. So the interest payments on the floating rate notes can rise above what you're receiving from the counterparty, and so you end up paying more in interest than you would have paid had you not entered into the interest rate swap. So you have to make certain that you get the direction of the interest rates correct, because otherwise you could end up increasing your costs above and beyond what they already were. So hopefully that's helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me a call or shoot me an email. Thank you.